people realize that these markets aren't just for the people that sit there behind a computer all day and study corn and grain profiles. This is a market that's accessible for all traders to an extent. It's an accessible market. These last few years have been a huge shift in the type of people that we speak with. It's really exciting because you see a lot of younger people, but you also see a lot of older people too.
All right, we are back, folks, with a special edition of Meet the Team. Wade Headrick, Senior Director of Business Development for Growth for NinjaTrader. Wade, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing, Jim?
Thanks for being here with us, man. I remember my first month, right, at Ninja, because I was in the office for about 9 months or so.
Yep, sat right next to me.
And you're brand new to a job and you can't figure anything out on your own. I was like, all right, I got Wade right here. I'm just going to peek my head over and he's going to tell me how to do this. Now, I'm going to have my 4-year anniversary in January. You've been there longer than me. When did you start at Ninja?
I started in 2015, and February will actually be my 10-year anniversary. So almost 10 years. Yeah.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I started out in the brokerage sales team, inside sales associate as a broker, working with new clients, onboarding them. Kind of worked my way up through the ranks there, became the sales manager, eventually the director of sales. And then I started also overseeing business development team. And so for the last couple of years, that's what I've been doing, is overseeing both of those teams. Now I solely focus on the business development team.
So 2015, though, you've witnessed quite an evolution that the company's gone through. In 2015, Ninja was a brokerage firm, right? Or no, it was a platform firm. So what was the time frame there?
So about 6 months before I joined, NinjaTrader and Mirrors Futures, the brokerage, came together to form NinjaTrader Brokerage. At that time, we were really just kind of getting our start, working with a lot of seasoned traders. There weren't a lot of new traders at that time. Like onboarding, you would see a lot of people who had been through the ringer before, or they were trading somewhere else and they were moving to NinjaTrader. So, it was a much different type of conversation at that point. People kind of knew the lay of the land, but as time's kind of grown, you see a lot more people, kind of the rise of retail, kind of entering this industry. And it's really great because you become a little bit more of a teacher at that point. So you're kind of teaching them about the rules of the road, as a regulated broker. You're also talking to them about products like the tick value and stuff like that. So it's been a big change over the years.
So now we had technology married brokerage, right? Because a lot of brokerage firms don't have their own platform. They don't have their own technology. They outsource it or they use somebody else's. Now these two things are merged together into one. And this is an important fact because now you can control your own development and growth.
Correct. For the trader, when you look at it, having a seamless single source of support across your trading journey. So with your platform, with your brokerage, with the order desk, all of that all in one place, it makes a huge difference because trading futures is tough. This is not an easy gig. The people that get into it have a steep hill of education, of learning. And when you can go to one destination to try to get those answers, it just makes all the difference in the world. A lot of other platforms or brokerages, you trade with the brokerage, but you have an issue with the technology. You got to reach out then to the platform. You're getting bounced back and forth. And it becomes really confusing. So this kind of changed what we introduced back in 2014. I think that was one of the real kind of catalysts that really ignited the rise of retail in futures.
Yeah. And once you do that, though, there's no more finger pointing.
This is the finger pointing. It's us.
So let's forward to about 4 years ago. Then the brokerage technology company then acquired the FCM, right? Non-clearing FCM. So now it's even easier for customers to get the statements, you get the platform, you get the whole ball of wax in one entity.
You look at the portal that we've created, some of the risk management tools that we put in place, it really expands what we're able to do. So that was a huge kind of shift in our go-to-market strategy.
Yeah. So it's funny because when I first started, I walked in and I'm like, what do all these people do? And it was, this is the support team.
Yeah. A huge part of the Chicago office is our support team. They take up a pretty significant part of the 14th floor, at least. Really great team. They are tremendous. The evolution over the last few years, our ability to service customers, that team just knocks it out of the park.
Yeah. So in addition to that area, you also are very active on the ecosystem side, right? The NinjaTrader ecosystem, we call it. Tell us a little bit about the evolution of that.
So the ecosystem started as a way to engage with third-party vendors to get them to bring their products to NinjaTrader, develop their add-ons on the NinjaTrader platform, service NinjaTrader customers, provide them with all kinds of different services, content, products. So that was the original founding purpose. It was to bring more vendors to NinjaTrader, provide more value to the NinjaTrader clients. And it was a huge success for years. And kind of what changed over time, though, is we were very agnostic about how we approached the ecosystem. We didn't promote any individual vendor. That's not something we've done to this point. We've really focused on just kind of here's the opportunities you have to our customers and letting them kind of decide the route they want to take. What's kind of changing here and kind of our focus moving forward is really a shift to focus more and more on customer success, giving traders the tools that they need to be successful, to come into this industry and kind of at least know a path path that can help them. It's not going to guarantee success in any way, but will give them a much better leg up compared to what's right now the case where it's just kind of like figure it out. So we want to elevate some different opportunities for customers to find vendors that fit their trading style, risk profile, more matching traders to some of these vendors. It also gives the vendors the ability to connect better with their target audience. So that's a big shift that we're looking to make here in the next few months and next year.
Yeah, it always amazed me. We had that traders workshop segment where Tom would interview somebody in the ecosystem. Yep. And I've been in this business a long time. I mean, we're going back to the 80s. And when a new vendor would come up, I was always just surprisingly shocked in a positive way how these vendors are so unique and they come up with a different point of view on how to analyze the market. And they've coded that into the system. It's like, oh, wow, I never thought of that.
Yeah, I worked as a broker for years, so I dealt directly with customers in their onboarding journey. So I saw them start their trading journey, and I saw the difficulties they faced. And what's really unique that I found, especially to this industry, I think, is that a lot of traders, you can have a vendor who offers a trading style, a trading program, and they teach you this. You get up and running, and certain people will have success in it, and a lot of people won't. And that's where I think that variety and those different perspectives, it's kind of like, the different ways that you can approach math, right? Some styles will click with people, other styles will click with others. It's the same thing with trading. And so that variety of educators, that variety of trading styles, I think that's where a lot of the benefit comes from the ecosystem.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we even have psychology types of vendors in there. And that's, as you know, a huge part of the trading success equation.
Right. That's, I would say, one of the areas that people struggle with the most, the psychology of loss, the psychology of facing your fears when it comes to trading. There's almost this kind of like pin your ears back mentality you have to have, but at the same time, you have to have risk management and you have to know when to call it quits. So that's a whole industry that's really grown a lot in the last 5-10 years. So I remember when I first started, I didn't have a lot of people to point them to in the psychology sphere. There were a few that I knew of, but now, I mean, there's so many great teachers out there.
It's such an important part. I mean, I've been doing this long enough, so long, as a matter of fact, that those are the skills I continue to work on, how to be a better me in my head. That's good to see that kind of person in there. So what do you think about AI? Are we going to see more AI in the trading world?
AI, just like any new technology, you got to approach it with a hefty bit of skepticism along with openness to what the opportunities are. And we've already integrated AI in a lot of ways into our organization, in the background for the ways we work, on our client services side. And there's a lot more to come. On the trading side, it obviously offers a lot of opportunity, whether it's AI guided trading strategies, AI indicators that can provide a little bit more depth of analysis, AI for scripting. It's really exciting, but at the same time, just like anything, there's challenges with it. There's places where it's going to come up short. And so it's finding a way to approach it that's responsible, but also is taking advantage of the opportunity.
I mean, even on the education side, some of the things I see coming our way, it's like, all right, how do I do X, Y, and Z? And then all of a sudden you get this response with links to videos and technical explanation and all that stuff. That's going to be really, really helpful from an education point of view.
Absolutely.
We have to talk about the mobile app. So, I have a version of it and I've been banging away at it. And I was always the guy that said, I don't care how good a mobile app is, you can't trade with it on a cell phone. I've turned around. I've been banging on this thing. It's unbelievably awesome.
It's a tremendous change because that was always my belief as well. Some of these people may have spoken with me on the phone beginning their trading journey years back. A lot of them would ask, do you have a trading app? And it's just like, well, do you want to monitor the market or are you looking to trade? You don't trade on a mobile app. That was always my mantra. This application has really changed my mindset on that. From the material design, the ability to navigate the platform, so much easier than our previous implementation. And it creates a whole new avenue for trading. And I'm really excited to see it go live.
Even if you're just using it for charts, quotes, whatever, every night before I go to bed, I go on the apps, I go through all the market, because it's real-time data, right? It's real-time charting, and you can see what's happening in the evening session. And I want to know that before I go to bed in the morning, then we'll see what happened.
It's a whole new opportunity when you can access the market so easily on the go. It's something that I don't think was really ever implemented well, and this new tool really is. I'm so excited for it.
Something you said earlier, the rise of retail. We've heard our CEO, Marty Franke, talk about the rise of retail. What's your experience with that so far?
We were seeing it and we were talking about it in like 2018, 2019. We saw it from our side, right? It was on a smaller scale, but we were seeing it. New traders come to the market, people who were hearing about this from friends, reading about it online, wanting to get into futures trading or trading in general. In 2020, though, obviously you had everybody working remote. You had the Wall Street bet stuff. It was just such a huge shift in trading. We saw a massive rise in new customers there in that first half of 2020, and it really continued for years on. It's still growing. I think that people realize that these markets aren't just for for the people that sit there behind a computer all day and study, corn and grain profiles. This is a market that's accessible for all traders to an extent. Maybe not everybody, but if you have the knowledge, we have the education to help to increase that knowledge. It's an accessible market. These last few years have been a huge shift in the type of people that we speak with. And it's really exciting because you see a lot of younger people, but you also see a lot of older people too, people who are in retirement, getting to this market more than we saw in the past and looking at it as an opportunity to keep themselves sharp, new opportunity to earn some money that allows them to stay home and kind of enjoy and do the things that they like to do versus going back to work.
Well, give me something to do in a few years.
Me too. Don't worry. Yeah, you start with minis and then to micros. It really changed kind of the landscape and the ability for people to be able to access this market. It's important to manage your risk. It's important to have enough funds to be able to trade this market. It's not for everybody, but it does make it much more accessible. And we've set up a really good system to support that.
Absolutely. Well, Wade, I appreciate your time today, especially on a Friday, man. Happy Friday.
Thank you. I'm going to go play in the snow after this.
How I don't miss that one bit.
Well, good luck to your Hoosiers.
This presentation is for educational purposes only. All of the symbols, trading ideas, and live trading are for demonstrational purposes and are not recommendations or trading advice. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. All of the information and opinions expressed by third-party guests are their own and are not necessarily those of NinjaTrader, LLC. Trading futures involves substantial risk and may not be suitable for everyone, and trading futures can result in losses greater than the initial required margin. Traders should only trade futures with risk capital. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose without jeopardizing your financial security or current lifestyle. You can find additional disclosure information on the NinjaTrader website.